What's for dinner? Hey everyone, I'm Chef Zee and welcome back to my channel, Chef Zee Cooks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some lemon pepper chicken with caramelized onions that are truly to die for. Now this is a super simple recipe, and one of my favorite things about this recipe is that you can use the simplest of ingredients and feel like you made a restaurant quality 5-star dish. Because all we're going to do, we're going to take some chicken breast, we're going to slice it fairly thin, not too thin, but thin enough, and we're going to season it with a little bit of kosher salt, some black pepper, and then we're going to create magic. And one of my all-time favorite things about this dish is actually the caramelized onions that goes over top. Now I will walk you through all the different variations that you can use in this recipe, and if you are a huge fan of lemon pepper, just know that I also have some lemon pepper air fryer wings here on my channel, so definitely check out that video as well. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This lemon pepper chicken is super easy to make, and you're going to be surprised how we're going to take the simplest of ingredients and really transform them. Now honestly, the secret to this is actually layering all those flavors, but don't worry because I'm going to walk you through everything step by step. Now the first thing that we want to do is that we actually want to season the chicken breast on either side with some kosher salt and some black pepper. Now all I did was take some chicken breast and I actually sliced them in half because you want them to be about medium thickness. So you don't want them to be too thin, and you definitely don't want them to be too thick either. And you also want to season the chicken on both sides, and you want to be fairly liberal with the salt and pepper, because we're actually going to create a nice little crust on the chicken once we sear it, and that's also going to help us develop flavor and build flavor in the pot. Now when it comes to kosher salt, you guys know I'm a huge Diamond Crystal fan, so I will have the kosher salt that I like to use listed down below in the description box, since that's a question that I get all the time here on my channel. Now once we've seasoned the chicken, we're actually going to start cooking it, and the beauty with this recipe is that you actually don't need to let it marinate. So over medium-high heat, we're going to take some olive oil, warm it up, and then we're going to add the chicken. Now it's also important in this recipe is that you don't overcrowd the pot, because if you overcrowd the pot, it's actually going to prevent the chicken from actually searing completely. So pretty much what we want to do is we want to create a nice crust, and we want to prevent the chicken from sweating. And the way to do that is once you place the chicken to start browning, you don't touch it, you just leave it alone. And then 3 to 5 minutes later, you go ahead and you flip it on the other side. And you're going to be surprised just how quickly the chicken begins to cook. Now, don't worry about the chicken drying out, because this is where we get to layer those flavors. So we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some whole garlic cloves, the more the merrier. And I'm going to use some fresh thyme, but you can definitely use fresh rosemary instead. We're now going to use some lemon juice, and it's really important that you use fresh lemon just because that freshness cannot be defeated or even replicated by some of the imitation stuff. And then after another 3 to 5 minutes, you just want to flip them over, and as you can see, the chicken has a beautiful crust, and those flavors are truly coming alive. So after another 3 or so minutes, we're going to take it out, and the chicken is actually cooked, but you do want to let the chicken rest. Now you're going to notice that the chicken's going to be beautifully and perfectly juicy and not dry. We now want to create a sauce for the onions, so we're going to add another tablespoon of butter. And we're going to saute that with the rest of the garlic. Just make sure to take out the fresh herbs. We're now going to add some white onions. And then to that, we're just going to add just a tiny bit of sugar. And then we're also going to saute that for a few minutes. And you want to mix it all together just to make sure that they're releasing their juices pretty evenly. I'm going to add some dry white wine, because again, this is also going to help deglaze the pot, and it's going to help the onions begin to caramelize as well. And the sugar just kind of speeds things along. After a few more minutes, about 3 minutes or so, you pretty much start to see these onions change color and develop more and more flavor. So our onions are pretty much done, and now it's my favorite part when we actually get to put them over the chicken, and you can enjoy this chicken with even more fresh lemon over top. Now remember, if you have any questions, comment down below, and until next week, I'm Chef Zee y buen provecho. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Comment down below and let me know what dish you like to see me make next here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you need some inspiration on what to cook next, go ahead and click right here.